Hello, welcome to Julia's house. Let me tell you more about what we do here. I am Laura Maidment and I'm Public Fundraising Manager for Dorset at Julia's house. Julia's house supports children that have very complex needs. So we support the most poorly children across Dorset and Wiltshire. They are all completely unique and completely different and all have complex needs in different ways. So their family needs are probably quite different. So what happens is a family might know that their child is quite poorly from birth, or they might become quite poorly or have their life threatened during their life. And then they get referred either through their doctor or parents or family members can refer them, and then they come to us for their care. So at Julia's house, lots of people know about the care that we give for the children, whether that be coming to the hospice for care or of course using our end-of-life facilities and care support. But what lots of people don't know is that we provide care for other members of the family too. So we have special days out that are offered to all of our families, and that's just mums, just dads, just siblings and grandparents. But we also do lots of trips where they get to be together as well. So we do sometimes dads and children, mum and children, and sometimes date nights as well. Because you think for some of our families, they never get time together. You know, they have sleepless nights. They often take it in turns, going to back and forth to hospital appointments, taking care of their child through the night sometimes. So they never get quality time together. So we try and give them opportunities to have a special date night. So we had a lovely one at Valentine's where they get to just be them and be the partner, a husband and wife again. So our days are really important for that, but they're also really important for these people to connect with other people in quite similar circumstances. So if I kind of just talk about our siblings, for example, our siblings are offered one-to-one, so they can have time with a sibling worker, which could be something as simple as picking them up from school, taking them to the park, playing football, giving them a hot chocolate, and that child can just be them. And that might be a chance for them to talk to someone out of their family situation and really say how they feel. Or they might just want to be a kid for a bit and not talk about the reality of what's going on at home, a bit of an escapism. But that's what the trips are as well. So the days out, so for our siblings, we do days throughout the year where they can be with other children in similar circumstances. They can be kids, they can have fun, they can know those plans won't be cancelled because of an emergency hospital appointment or whatever it might be. And they can just have the best time, and they build such special bonds because the children really understand what they're going through. So whether that's water sports, ice skating, going to see Santa, going to the cinema, watching a movie, whatever it could be, it's just having really fun, special days out. And we do that for all of those members of the family. So they get time out, they get to do really fun things that maybe they struggle to find the time or finances to do anyway. And then they get to build really special and quality relationships with other people in similar circumstances. And that's exactly what they do. But we don't kind of stop at the trips. We also offer complementary therapy. So that is everything from our counselling service, which families can access, and that, you know, it doesn't have to be necessarily related to their child with complex needs. That might be a sibling that's struggling at school and maybe being bullied, or it might be somebody that's got something else going on in their life, struggling to find a job, whatever it might be. That's offered to them as well. They have complementary therapy where they can opt for Reiki, massage, various other treatments, and all of that is optional, and all of that is outside of the 200 hours of care that we offer their child. So it's just kind of offering everything we can for that family to make them feel really well supported, really well cared for, and just know that there are people looking after them. No, they don't. They can actually come here for overnight sessions as well. So that would be part of a family's 200 hours of care, and they would choose how they use that. So that might be coming for half a day session, coming for a full day session, or coming for a sleepover. Sleepovers are really magical for the children. As you can imagine, these children have probably never had a sleepover before. So it's quite daunting for the parents and for the child to be kind of left. But for them, they probably have siblings or friends that they've seen do that, go to friends, go to nanny and granddad's and have a sleepover. So for them, it's really special. It's that little bit of independence, having fun moments that aren't at home. So they make it really special here at the hospice. When the children arrive, they can have up to 4 children for a sleepover. They have their doors on, their names, on all of the doors. So they come and kind of explore and find their room. They have the duvet covers changed to suit whatever the child's interested in. So that could be, a special character that they love or a colour theme that they love. And they try and do activities based on the children they have coming. So if they are coming for a sleepover, they'll be with children that they're familiar with. So there was a little while ago where there was a group of children that were all Disney obsessed. They came here and they made cakes, they watched Disney films, they painted their nails, they did special activities in the gardens, and they just have the most incredible time. So much so they literally don't want to leave when mum and dad come to pick them up. But for mum and dad, it's kind of, or whoever their carer is, it's kind of getting moments away from their child so that they can re-energise, they can have quality time together, quality time with their other children, they could go to work, but they know their child is being appropriately cared for, because these children can't just be left with anyone. They need medical professionals to look after them and provide the appropriate care that they need. So it's a real safe place both for the families and for that child. We have lots of facilities throughout the hospice. One of the things that you might notice is the hoist behind me. So we have a hoist which is really important in all of our rooms. It's more safe for the child and also for the carers and nurses that are working with them. We have children of all ages here. So some of our children are quite big, teenage children. So this allows them to be taken very safely. It could be from the bed, and it can take them actually all the way through to another room. So in this circumstance, from this bedroom, it would take them all the way through to our bathroom. So it enables them to be really safely manoeuvred directly from the bed into the bathroom or the toilet or to use the sink or whatever it is that they need, without having to kind of take the whole bed through or be carried through to the next room. So I couldn't show you around Julia's house without showing you our sensory room. Some people have seen a sensory room before, some people have never seen one. We've got everything on at the moment, so it's complete sensory overload, which we'd obviously never do to the children. So this is a really special place in our hospice. It's a room, as you can see, that's got kind of soft, comfy floors, so children, if they are in wheelchairs, can come out and relax, and all children can come in here and use it. It can be used kind of it has multiple purposes. So if there is a child, for example, in a group setting that's maybe becoming quite overwhelmed or overstimulated, maybe it's really noisy, which it definitely can be during sessions, this is a really great place for them to come and just kind of calm. We wouldn't obviously have all of this on. It might be kind of dimmer lights with just one projection and just calming music. Really, really helps them to relax and just kind of zone out. But it can also be used kind of for the opposite effect, to help a child engage. Lots of things in here are really reactive. So if you imagine a child does something and then they see a reaction, it makes them want to do it again. So by having a button that you press that turns the whole room red, so something really visible and really obvious, or you press something and it really alters or makes a noise or feels really different, it makes them and encourages them to want to do it again. So we're actually developing their neurological pathway, but to them, they're just having fun. They're doing something really crazy, and this can be such a great room for that. Everything does something. We've got kind of the floor where you can press on different things, a bit like one of those keyboards, that you walk on, where it's like colours that you tread on and it makes musical noises. We've got the bubble tubes, which are just so stimulating. I've been in here before where children kind of press their face it because it looks beautiful, but it actually vibrates as well. So for some children that feels really, really lovely and really calming. We've got walls with loads of different textures, so they can feel and they can touch, and it just, using their senses is really special for so many of our children. We love it, don't we? We love different noises. I come in this room and I'm kind of mesmerised by all the lights, and for our children it's exactly the same. So this is a really special place that is used so much. And I think also it's quite a nice place for the nurse and the carers to come and chill out too. Yeah, so this area of the hospice has been newly refurbished, and it now comprises of 2 bedrooms and the bathroom. So we've got a beautiful beach hut room, and we've got this, which is the lighthouse bedroom, and then we've got a very spacious bathroom. It can be used for so many different things. First of all, since it's been redone, the children do not want to leave it. They just want to keep coming in. The bedrooms, all of the beds are on wheels, so they're multi-purpose really. They can be used to come in, to relax, to watch a film together. They can be used for sleepovers. They can be used for various activities. But they want to come in because it's all new, it's exciting. We've got rainbow lights in the bedroom, we've got fun duvet covers on the beds. And lots of them do want to kind of come in, and it free flows through from bedroom to bedroom out into this beautiful garden space as well, which is really nice. So far it's been used for, we have had a couple of sleepovers. So in the beach hut room, we have the specialist bed, which of course has the facilities to keep a child really nice and safe and secure, and also has the space around it for various other equipment should the child need it, such as ventilation equipment and things like that. So the child can be there and actually have a sleepover. But what's really special is it's got a pull down double bed as well. So it could be another child that they're really close with could stay in there, or other family members as well should they need that, which is really nice. But the really great thing about this area is there's a hoist that literally goes from one bedroom all the way through the bathroom into the other bedroom. So they could all be kind of together in one room if they wanted, and kind of taken safely from bed to bath to toilet, allowing the child to be safe, and of course the care staff as well that are working with them as well. So it's a beautiful space that's kind of adaptable depending on what they want to use it for. The other thing about this area of the hospice is, should a family have that nightmare of a situation where they want to come here for the end of life of their child, this area of the hospice can be completely closed off so that no one else can come in. It's got that separate double door entrance, so an ambulance can pull right up so they don't have to come through the rest of the hospice. Other sessions can carry on as well. And the security system that we now have enables us to only allow access to certain people, so the care team directly involved, and of course the family as well. We have the 2 bedrooms to allow family to be here. They can, we make it what they need it to be in that situation. So if they want to have multiple family members come here, their friends here, their family dog, whatever it is they need, the care staff always say to us, they get one chance to make it everything that family needs in that moment, and they do everything they can to give that family what they need. So they can stay in the double bed parents, they can hoist the child to be with them in those moments. They can have the siblings stay with them. They have access to the garden to get the space they need. They have a separate entrance, and we really can provide that specialist care for the family in complete privacy to the rest of the hospice. And then we can carry on and give them bereavement support afterwards should they wish to have that as well. So the Maidment is really special because it's multi-purpose, and we're really thrilled to be able to offer all of that to those children and families now.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I work for Judy's House. I've been working for Judy's House for 16 years now. Day to day is very different at Judy's House for a carer. So it could be a community sit, it could be a hospice session, it could be end of life, it could be anything really. It all changes every day. A standard week really, so I have to talk about a preschool session. So for a preschool session, we come in, we go upstairs and go around a table with a nurse, and we do a handover of all the different children about their conditions, what they like to do, all the medical equipment. Once we've done that, the carers then will do a bit more checks. They've got the laptop on to do more checks of the child and what they like, their seizures, their suction, everything like that you need to know before a session. After that, we go downstairs and we set up for the day. So we set up play equipment, we check what food they want. Once the parents come in, we do a handover with the nurse, so it's checking all the medical equipment, what they want to do today, checking they're okay, we do the obs on them, making sure that everything is okay at the start of the session. When we start the session, we do a little hello time with the preschoolers, so that includes little nursery rhymes. We've got that Judy's House door, knock on the door, who's coming to play, it's that child's name. After that, we all do individual things, what the child likes. So there could be arts and craft, could be baking. When it comes to that stuff, we've got special equipment like switches and everything like that. So the child could push a switch and move the cake mixer so they can do it by themselves. And then we tailor-made the play for the child when it comes to painting or anything like that. And then obviously about halfway through the day, we do their lunches or their feeds, depending on what the child can do, NG tube or gastrostomy or all feeding. And then depending on the day, we do a goodbye, we do stories, maybe some massage, showing what the child wants. And then the parents arrive and we do a handover, how the child's been, from what they like to do. We do a food explorers, so you might show the family what the child's done for food exploring, so it might be jelly play or anything like that. They might touch their lip or smelt the food, depending on what they're trying to get to. And we hand over how they've been, their obs, had all their medical equipment, and then after that we do all the cleaning and a big handover at the end of the day of how the day went, the debrief of how the child's been, and we write that all down, and so each child every time will progress each time.